Hi everyone. We have the sixth class for permutation and combination. We are still discussing factorials. We have three problems on the board. We want to simplify here. The first one says 2n factorial. Whenever you want to expand um, an expression in factorial, the first thing you do is to recognize two conditions. One, what you have immediately before the factorial, and two, what is affected directly by the factorial. 2n factorial like this is different from this one. Here we have immediate, before the factorial we have 2n. So this 2n, we write it outside. You always write outside what is given before the factorial. So likewise here, before the factorial we have 2n. We write 2n. I go again. When you want to expand or you want to express a factorial number with a variable, you write outside what is given before the factorial. What is given before the factorial is 2n. You can see it. Before the factorial is 2n. You can see it. Okay. But the problem is, what do we write inside? Well, you can tell what we write inside based on what is affected by the factorial. Here, the factorial affects both the 2 and the n. Here, the factorial, we only consider the n. So therefore, only n we write inside. Here we write 2n. So in that case, here we say n minus 1, n minus 2, something like that, n minus 3. If we stop here, we say factorial because 2 is not within a bracket, unlike this one here. So this is 2n minus 1, 2n minus 2, 2n minus 3. We can choose to stop here. Do not forget the factorial. Here is the factorial. So this is how we expand 2n in a bracket factorial. The second one says n plus 2 factorial over n factorial. Okay. This one here, there is something you need to note and you need to understand very well. You need to understand if by expansion, individual expansions, if n factorial will later produce n plus 2 factorial, or if n plus 2 factorial will later produce n factorial. So I advise you visit lesson 4 and lesson 5. We exhausted cases like this. Now n factorial is n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. By the look of things, it will forever produce minus something, as you can see it. Unlike n plus 2 factorial, don't forget what you are given immediately before the factorial, you write it outside. This is not in a bracket because of a single term. This has to be in bracket because internally there are two terms. It's an expression. So inside, what you are given minus 1, what we are given minus 1, what we are given minus 2, what we are given minus 3. We can stop here. I just want to explain, so want you to see something here. 2 minus 1 is 1. So it's like this is n plus 1 factorial. Minus 2 minus 2 is 0. What remains? N. So it's like here is just n. I just hope you understand what I'm doing. Plus 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So it's like n minus 1 factorial. So when you observe here, this n factorial will forever produce minus something. It will never give us something with what? Plus something. So the one with the plus here, it depends how large this number is. You see, because of this is 2, you still see plus, but with time, the minus will come. Okay, so whenever you have a single n factorial with n plus something factorial, note that the one with a plus will later give you what? A minus. It depends the time. If this is 5, it takes some time before it enters the minus side. But because of this is just plus 2, in no time, 1, 2, it disappears, minus. The next one will give us minus 2, minus 3. Okay. So now what we do is, what we are given before the factorial is n plus 2. So we say n plus 2. Now what we are given, which is n plus 2 minus 1. What we are given, which is n plus 2 minus 2. What we are given, which is n plus 2 minus 3. What we are given, which is n plus 2 minus 4. What we are given has to be outside. Yeah. Now you start. What you are given minus 1. What you are given minus 2. What you are given minus 3. What you are given minus 4. Let's stop here. But the question is when to stop. Well, you need to understand after some practices, you'll be able to understand that the single n will forever give us a minus. And the one with a plus will later give us minus. So if this will only give you minus and this will later give you minus, do not expand this because this will later produce this one. Okay. Now, what if this one is a minus? Like this one here. The one with a minus will never give you a plus. It will forever give you minus. Because just imagine what you are given, then later you see what? Minus 1. It will later give you n minus 3, minus 1, n minus 4, minus 1, n minus 5. So that is the case. So we have to stop. Now I can tell what I shouldn't have written. Well, because of beginners, you will see what is coming later. Let us do expand this because this will generate this one. So this is n factorial. So here is n plus 2. This is n. 2 minus 1 is 1. So look at it. Plus 2 minus 2 can go. What remains? N. So if you are a student that have done several practices, you will notice that once you get to this, you don't necessarily need to write this one because this step here will automatically give you the n. So now that we've written this one, it doesn't matter. We can even choose to stop here. Do not forget what is important to indicate the factorial. So divide n factorial. So n factorial takes away n factorial, leaving n plus 2, then n minus 1. So this is what we have, and I want you to try this. Then you tell me what you have in the comment section. I would have solved it. Of course, there are students that told me to be given one problem a day so that you guys will try. So try it and tell me what you have in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to follow, like, share, and comment. See you in my next video.